Is 130k house income for family of 3 is enough for Vancouver and Burnaby? Hello? Me, my spouse 4-year-old child a family of 3. Me and my spouse make $132,000 combined household gross income outside BC. We can qualify for $600,000 mortgage. Next year due to salary increase our mortgage can go up to $640,000. We love Vancouver, only lived there for few months before, but want to make Greater Vancouver our home. So is it possible to buy a home detached, duplex, fourplex, townhouse, anything other than a condo in Vancouver or Burnaby? I know family doctor are not available in Greater Vancouver etc., but we do want to move. Only concern is buying a house in neighborhoods with good schools for children. So is it possible to buy a home detached, duplex, fourplex, townhouse, anything other than a condo in Vancouver or Burnaby? Look at housing prices in the areas you want. Definitely doable on that income. If you also have $1 million cash, you will need to save a pretty large down payment. You can't afford anything other than a condo. Something that isn't a condo might be possible in Chilliwack or Abbotsford. Vancouver or Burnaby isn't realistic. The average house price in Vancouver is somewhere around $1.2 million. The average condo price is around $750K. You won't qualify for a mortgage for that amount unless you have a very large down payment saved up. Look at mortgage affordability calculators. Look at prices in the areas you want to live in. Compare those two numbers. If the prices are more than you can afford, you can't buy. You make $66,000 each and have a kid, and I'm guessing at least one car, and you want to take on a $600K mortgage not including closing costs and property taxes? Yeah, better tell your spouse to up their skills and earn more money. Caveat taste on burger budget. We live in Vancouver and our household is more like $200,000, $250,000, and we probably won't be able to buy a detached house here, ever. At some point, we will hopefully be able to buy a large enough condo or townhouse. If you started saving early in life, have a significant amount of equity, and/or have financial help from elsewhere, it might be possible, but you'll be starting with something a lot smaller than you're used to. So is it possible to buy a home detached, duplex, fourplex, townhouse, anything other than a condo in Vancouver or Burnaby? $132,000 income qualifies you for what? Like maybe a $400,000 mortgage? And what you're looking for starts at over $1 million. Nope. 132K is enough for you three to struggle to live. With that income, getting a $600,000 mortgage is asking for trouble. Before even thinking that far ahead, what do you have saved up in terms of a down payment? With $600,000 mortgage, your DP of $100,000 gets you a 2-BDR condo at most. $200,000 gets you a nice 2-BDR condo. $300,000 exiting condo territory. $400,000 might be able to afford some smaller stacked townhomes. $500,000 still looking at townhome territory. No chance for a detached home. Start with a condo. Have you taken a look at prices of properties in Vancouver and Burnaby? Go on Realtor and see if there's anything for $600,000. Your criteria for what you want is going to cost you $1.22 million, so unless you have substantial equity it's next to impossible. Even renting a 2-3 bedroom will be hard for your HHI. Fuck no. Good luck with that. I don't know how you can afford a $600,000 mortgage. My HHI is $160,000, no kids, and we can barely afford a $600,000 mortgage. Maybe Langley, if you wanna live in Vancouver and think about buying property, you need $250K. Why don't you look up properties for sale in the area you want to live and see for yourself? Someone I know bought a very nice two-bed townhouse in Surrey for under $750. Similar unit is now closer to $780–790. So it's possible. Their income is similar to yours, and they are a family of 4 with frequent guests. No. You can't even get a 1-bedroom. Yeah, man, you'll be fine. They have tent cities all over Vancouver meant for families with low incomes. It's great you just set up a tent and don't have to pay anything. The city is awesome for providing sustainable living. Doable if you could invent a time machine. What down payment do you have? A 3BD townhouse will cost $800, $900K minimum out in Surrey or Langley. Safer to budget 1 meter. Which means you need a $400K down payment. Check with a mortgage broker to see how much you can borrow. With current interest rate, the mortgage stress test seriously hinders how much the bank can lend you. With your income, I'd say you can borrow max $600,000. Newer townhouses in the Vancouver-Burnaby area is $1 million, so you're going to need $500,000 for down payment. Why? You know the problems you're going to have, and still want to subject yourself to this. It just doesn't make sense. We had a combined income of $200,000 and were able to buy a duplex in 2018 with a $20 down payment. We definitely can't buy our duplex now at the current market value. Burnaby. You definitely won't be able to afford a detached house unless you have more equity. You can afford a condo in Surrey, Maple Ridge, Langley, Abbey etc. Maybe a townhouse in Abbey Chilliwack Mission but nothing in Vanby unless it's an old building or full of issues. I'd assume you'd like a 2-bedroom minimum, so even some areas of Surrey and Langley have cracked the $750K threshold for those. You can struggle to live in and pay off a 1-bedroom condo, yes. Did you even bother looking up real estate listings before posting this? Down payment size? If you can't be bothered to do the basic research yourself, I don't think you're in a position to make this work. No. No. As an American, is Vancouver really that nice? Chicago, for instance, here in America, is probably one of our most desirable cold weather towns, and house values are nothing close to Vancouver. Is there something about Vancouver I don't know about? Are Toronto and Vancouver the only Canadian cities where you can't buy a house for under $1 million? Yay, if that $132K income is monthly. Sorry, but I don't think you can afford it, with the figures you're providing. Either a troll post or needing us to tell him to buy a time machine. Not a chance. No, I just got a condo in Abbey for $370K, I make $120K, single. My payments with the maintenance fee and hydro is $2,500 a month. You're probably going to be paying close to $4K with that mortgage, and especially since you have a kid you won't have any money left for anything. You can afford a 2-bedroom condo in Langley maybe. Nope. Need to at least triple your income. Yes. My sister-in-law lives in Burnaby with her husband and 3 kids. They make about $100,000. They rent though. Nope. I am in Lower Mainland BC and rent a newly renovated studio for $950. I can guarantee, my apartment is the only one in the region that is in 3 figures for a studio. Things will defraise in future, Colin rents for sure. Also, making $130,000 is not a lot nowadays, unfortunately, if you live within the 50 kilometers radius of Vancouver. Expect a huge chunk of your pay to go to your mortgage. Unless you have a huge amount of money in cash, don't take the risk, I would say. No. I recommend having another 4-8 children and get them working ASAP. A triple income house just won't cut it in Vancouver anymore. I'm a secretary and make $55K and work a second job, and I'm one person with no kids and live at home. I'm in Van. You said outside of BC. I'd just chill there tbh. If you can't do a basic Google search to find out what homes cost in your local area, you probably shouldn't be buying a house.